Everybody's talking about the Switch. Like, oh yeah, the Switch, yeah. Yeah, I replaced the Switch on my washer last night. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Pretty
Oh, the
cool.
Switch 2? No, I don't have that.
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't do that.
No. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Z Rewatch Cast, sponsored by the Nerd Holes. Every month we sit down and we talk about Dragon Ball Z. Started from the very beginning, and we're cooking through pretty good. Will hasn't seen a lot of this, so
Almost
that's
none
the
of it.
fun dynamic we have is that I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and he is being forced into being one.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yeah, so that's our dynamic. This month, we are finishing up the Perfect Cell saga. This is part two. So if you haven't seen part one, go back and watch part one.
That's right.
Yeah. So this this month, this saga, we are talking about episode 160 to 165. Those episodes are entitled Cell is Complete, Vegeta Must Pay, Trunks Ascends, Saving Throw, Ghosts from Tomorrow, and the Cell Games.
That's right.
So, like we always do to begin the episode, let's see Will's thoughts on this section of the Cell Saga.
Um, yeah, it was okay. I don't think it's any fault of the saga itself. But it just felt very like we're doing these episodes to get to the other saga. It felt
Yeah.
like we're just going through the paces. Obviously, a couple things significant happen in it, but in general, I felt kind of just like, yes, I am watching these episodes in order to watch the next saga. Like that's just kind of how it felt.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah,
of a leaping point.
yeah, it was. I felt very like I didn't dislike it, and I didn't really like it. I just was like I was watching it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
probably
guess really
the last two episodes. Sorry, the last two episodes were probably the only ones that I was like invested in what was happening.
right. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean it's no secret you're not a big Vegeta fan.
Nope.
So the first couple episodes are yeah. It's probably nice for you, right? You get to see Vegeta get pummeled pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but it was one of those things that, like, of course, it had to happen. Like,
Yeah.
there was no way it wasn't going not to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you allow him to become perfect or absorb 17. I think it's
Yeah.
17.
And 18, yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, he absorbs. That's right. And then 18 is the one that makes him uh, go over and become perfect. And it's like, well, of course he's going to be unstoppable. That's otherwise what are Goku and Gohan doing in the chamber?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that is a Dragon Ball Z theme too of like, well, I gotta test out my new power.
right,
I got all this strength. I don't know. Obviously, nobody can best me now because I bumped up my strength a little bit.
right, Right, right.
Like, oh yeah, but yeah, they do though because plot and it's a show about fighting, so like they have to be stronger people.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that was like you said, that was inevitable. Yeah.
yeah.
Are you are you a little bit more jazzed for like Trunks? Are you more of a fan of Trunks after this section?
Yeah, yeah. Trunks has been really rewarding, more so than probably really any of the other characters because like they kind of haven't done anything.
No.
It's a weird it's such a I was thinking about it probably like one or two episodes in to the new saga or the new like our watch of this part. I was like it's so strange to be watching a show where like Vegeta is like knocked out or practically not like going to lose, and like Trunks is getting ready to fight him, and Krillin is watching,
Hmm.
and then all the other fighters are doing nothing, and Gohan and Goku are off training in some
Yeah.
like giant box, and it was like, what is this? What
Yeah.
is this show? Like, what really am I watching at this point? Because
Yeah.
it's like it has nothing to do with the Dragon Balls. It really has nothing to do with any of our like I mean Krillin, but like the
Hmm.
normal characters are so far removed from it all that like it has nothing really to do with them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole like Android saga into the Cell saga is very just steamroll through. It's like so they use the Dragon Balls to save Namek
Right,
and everybody on Namek.
right. And that was like a big thing. The whole
Yeah.
arc was like Dragon Balls was like it was a huge part of it because that's what like Frieza was trying to get to, and they were trying to get to and beat to Frieza, getting them so they could wish people and wish things, and
Yeah.
yeah. And now it's
And then
just like
they had like a year of peace.
yes,
And then when Goku shows back up, it's like, okay, so here's what's next, the androids. And then
right,
because of time travel stuff, now it's like there is no break from
right.
bad guy. Yeah, I know it's interesting. Yeah, it's funny too to think back of like Dragon Ball, and it's like we're just on an adventure through the planet to find
You're
Dragon
right.
Balls.
Right, right. That's just,
And
yeah,
this
it's
is
just
like, we have to save the planet from bad guys. And like, what
yeah.
about the Dragon Balls? Like, well, there's no time for the Dragon Balls.
There's no
Like, hey, could we just have Shenron just say like, hey, we don't want these bad guys like around anymore? I'm like, nah, but we could fight them. That'd be
the other
fun.
thing. The other thing that too that like I kept thinking throughout most of it was like, so you have Tien and Yamcha and Piccolo and
Yep.
Krillin and all of the other people like Oolong and Puar, even Chi Chi and Master Roshi and Bulma. You guys can all go look for the Dragon Balls,
Yeah. Nah.
and then once you find them, just be like, "Hey, can you just like get rid of Cell?"
Well, Bulma's a mom now, so she can't be going and doing things and flying places.
I guess not, even though she flew right to the top of Corrin's tower.
Well, what is she gonna do? Climb it? They can't climb it.
Can't do that. That's not. Yeah,
Yeah. And now Piccolo just stares off into the universe and just observes fights through like sensing it. Doesn't do anything else, you know. Yeah, I know. It's fun. It's interesting. It's like they still cut back to all of the characters that we love, but it's just like, oh, I can't believe how bad this situation is. And then that's it. That's like all they're good for now, you know.
yeah, yeah.
At least Krillin is with
Right,
at the
right.
fight. I mean, he did some bad stuff and didn't help the situation, obviously. But yeah. At least he's
It's
there. I
it's
mean,
it's
Tien came and helped too, but
yeah. He did. No, like in the first part, everything made it was all like, well, yeah, this all adds up. Like they're waiting for Vegeta and Trunks to come out, and like all of the Z fighters are trying to do their best to like keep this guy occupied and hold things off. And it's like, yep. And then we went to part 2, and it's just like, nope. It's all these characters that
yeah,
like we've just been introduced to in the last handful of episodes. It's not these like old characters. It's just an interesting
yeah,
story dynamic. Usually, when in most stories, like the people who have been around the block for a minute are the ones who are holding down the fort. Like they're the reliable people that are keeping things interesting. And the show kind of shifted into like if you're it's only interesting or it's only worth like the story's only worth exploring if they're Saiyans.
right.
And it's
Yeah.
like it's an interesting departure.
You're power scaling a few characters up, and
Right.
that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This whole arc to me really is it's basically like Trunks' story at this point.
Right,
It's
exactly.
very
Right.
much like, you know, he's the future guy. He's making up for what happened. Yeah. It's funny.
It is really funny.
Yeah. Well, last month on part one, we got our comment here from Captain Alimar. I just wanted to read
Okay.
it. I would
Okay.
say read it quickly, but it won't be quickly. So he says, "We're back, baby."
Oh
He
yeah,
says
you know it.
this. He says this all capitals quoted months episode sure is swell. So he's not happy I picked on him for saying like we do this every month, not every week, thanks. This isn't Star
Yeah.
Trek. He says, from my understanding, the original Dragon Ball Z timeline is the one Cell comes from. This timeline gets altered because Cell already traveled to the past from timeline 1 to timeline 3. So the order of events are that timeline 1, Cell flashback. Goku dies from an untreated heart disease, and Trunks goes to timeline 2. Comes back with a device Krillin couldn't use because a girl kissed him and deactivates 17 and 18. Cell kills this Trunks we have never met and travels to timeline 3 in order to find androids and become perfect Cell. So that's timeline number 1. And he says
Read it. So
timeline
read that again. So he's saying timeline one.
is the Cell flashback that we see of him explaining how he got into the capsule
Okay,
pod, the
because
time
that
machine.
was one of the things I had like a huge hang up on.
Okay.
Because in the show, now I'm not saying Captain Lamar's wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah.
in the show they present he's in he's in like bug person form, right? Whatever you want to call that. It's like he's not quite
Yeah.
perfect. He's like second evolution
He,
cell.
yeah. His
And
cicada form, yeah, whatever.
well, not that form. The form where he's like a weird bird face person, where he's got like the little mouth thing.
Okay, that's just Cell. That's
Okay.
imperfect Cell.
It shows him coming out. He's the little tiny like embryo thing. He breaks out of the thing. He becomes the cicada, and then he becomes this imperfect cell. He goes around and murders people, and then there's no androids for him to kill, so he gets a time machine and comes here to
Yeah.
our time, to this time. And I was like, but that's not what happens in this timeline because Bulma, Krillin, and Trunks find the cicada shell, and
Right.
then he's eating people as imperfect cell in the city.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. So
You want me to read that again?
yeah, do it like I'm
So
2 years old. So go ahead.
so it's timeline number 1.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the timeline number 1 is Cell's flashback. It's the story that like Cell tells.
Okay.
So in that timeline, Goku dies from the heart disease,
Right.
and Trunks leaves that timeline to go to a separate timeline to stop the androids earlier.
Okay.
That Trunks comes back with the device that Bulma made to shut down the androids instead of
Okay.
giving it to Krillin.
Okay.
He deactivates 17 and 18 in his timeline. Then later on, when Cell his pod opens in the basement because they didn't know about the basement.
Right. Right.
Cell becomes stronger and he looks for the androids to observe, and they're already dead. So he kills
Okay.
Trunks and takes the time pod
Right.
back to timeline two.
Okay.
So that's timeline number one.
I see.
So timeline two, he says, is an unseen timeline. So
Okay.
we haven't seen it. So he says in this timeline, Goku gets saved. They find Jiro's lab because Bulma knows where it is, of course.
Yeah.
And they use that to beat 17 and 18 thanks to Trunks' interference. And then he
Okay.
says, sparing this timeline from becoming a post-apocalyptic world for now. So that's like a perfect timeline.
Okay.
Okay. And then timeline three, he says, this is the timeline that we're in. Dragon Ball Z as you know it. You love it. It's what we've been watching.
Okay.
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 So
Okay.
then now timeline four, I think
Oh
this is the
no.
last one. This is the last one. He says, this is our Trunks timeline.
Okay.
So the Trunks that we know now is this is where he's from. He says
Okay.
it's identical to timeline one until Trunks travels to timeline three. But since Trunks goes to an alternate timeline, his future is then altered too. So that's why time travel stuff is very confusing.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
very confusing. So,
I'm
but
convinced that this Trunks that we're watching is not the Trunks that showed up to warn us about the androids. That's just my theory.
yeah,
That's how I
okay, I can
feel.
see that.
I feel like our Trunks that came here to warn Goku about the androids went back to his timeline. That's the one that Cell kills, takes his shuttle pod back here. And then
Right.
an alternate timeline where Trunks goes into the future or goes back home, tells his mom that he saw Goku. He says, I'm
Yeah.
going to go back and help them. And he goes back and also creates an alternate two version timeline split. That's why Cell has the same Capsule Corp Shuttle Pod 1, and Trunks comes back in the same Capsule Pod Shuttle 1.
Yeah.
Different timelines, both coming back to this timeline.
How does why does he come back a second time? I don't remember.
He says he comes back just to help them fight the androids because he's still worried that they're not going to be strong enough.
Okay.
Yeah. But maybe that's dubbing, maybe that's rewritten. I don't know.
Right.
I don't
Well,
know
the
if the
other
mangas are more like
like
direct like streamlined. I don't know.
but that's my other thing too is like how do they account for what like I don't understand how do they even account for what Captain Olimar said and then what you're kind of saying and what they show. I don't understand. I just the thing I don't understand is
Yeah.
when he talks about in his flashback episode where that he goes he
Hmm.
couldn't there was no androids for him to kill and then he goes and takes the time machine and goes back into the past.
Yeah.
When we get to there, when we get to the scene, now you go back to and in the episodes that we watched, the pod is very old.
Yeah.
It's been there for a long time. It's covered in moss and it's like really, really old. It's blasted from the inside out,
Yeah.
and then they go over and find the cicada shell, and then they go and find the other version of Cell in one of the cities, whatever
Yeah.
city. And it's like, I don't understand what.
They're I think they're trying to imply that like his gestation period is very long in that like form. So like he's been there for a while before he came out. I mean, it's also just like of course he hatched right now, you know, like because of storyline. But I think they're implying that like he came back a long time ago and like that cicada form takes so long for him to like gain energy to like metamorphose and then blast his way out of the shuttle.
Yeah, no, I totally understand like that. But it's the thing, it's the fact that in the future, he already is like a person. So
Yeah.
why does he go in reverse stage? Why does he go from imperfect cell to the
Do you think he's
cicada?
I think there's a throwaway line where he says yeah, that is funny. I think there is a throwaway line where he says he does that like to fit in the pod. He goes back to like
Does he say
the egg
that?
form. Yeah.
Okay.
But like you say, that's funny though because he's still built like a person that could just fit in sit in the seat. So maybe
Right,
because of his tail, I don't know.
and I thought about it because I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense that um yeah, of course he would have to be probably like a human version to operate anything. But then it's like, but that's not any of the clues that they find. They don't find clues of him being a person. They find clues
Yeah.
of him being like an animal kind of thing.
Yeah, because remember when he finds the shuttle pod, it's already set. It's already the date's already set because Trunks is about to leave.
Right.
I think he just pushes the button and then shrinks into the egg, and that's it. But yeah, I think there's a throwaway line where he says like he needed to he couldn't fit in it because maybe it
Huh.
was built like for Trunks because he's a teenager. So maybe it was a
Maybe.
lot smaller than it looks, or they draw it, but I don't know.
It
It's
does say
weird. And then
It does say Cell's flashback to how he was created and his purpose is exclusive to the anime.
gotcha. That makes sense. And then the other funny thing about time travel is that you and I watched The History of Trunks, the movie.
Yeah, right, yes.
And then there's this episode here that we'll talk about where it's Ghost from Tomorrow and it's like they're both telling about their history and it's like it's different than what we saw in the Trunks movie. Again, you know, like Trunks
Yes.
is oh yeah, me and Gohan fought the androids and stuff and it's like no, he knocked
Right.
you out, remember, and lost his arm and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't it's crazy.
The thing that I was the thing I was thinking about was like clearly there's a lot of similarities. And I thought, oh, well, what's very obvious is that they took scenes and shots and angles from
Yeah.
that episode and then built it using the movie.
Yeah, I think how I think the timeline is that they did the show, they did the manga, and then and well they did the manga first, obviously. Then they did the show, and then from
Right.
the show they're like, "Hey, we should make a movie about Trunks' history." And then they just wrote it how they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. That's why stuff is so sometimes like inconsistent, you know?
Right.
But yeah, the time travel stuff is it's crazy and it gets very confusing. But that it kind of yeah. I just enjoy it and I try not to overthink about it because it's very
No, I
I
totally
understand
understand.
why.
Yeah. It's like I was prepared, like I'm okay with them just like not getting certain things right, and I was fine with that. I kind of just rolled my eyes at the whole like he's like, and then I get in the machine and I come back, and it's like, and I was like, okay, well, whatever they established, they just felt like changing now. But
Yeah.
then when Captain Alimar's like, well, that's timeline one, and I'm like, what? And it's like, well, and then he goes back, well, he's going back to timeline two, and that's a perfect timeline, and you're like, what? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Like that, nothing against Captain Alimar. It's just like that was more confusing than what they presented
It
because like what
it
they
is.
presented didn't make any sense.
And then so what you're seeing from this is that every fan has their own theory on what the timelines are.
Yeah,
Because he says this from his understanding. So
yeah,
we all put it in a box and we're like, this is how it makes sense, and then we all move on. That's what we've done. I th I
because
think he's right on a lot of that stuff.
I personally, what I thought until I saw the flashback episode was somebody else put the embryo cell into the capsule and sent the capsule back, like
Yeah.
Jiro or something. Because one, it was a long time. It was sitting there, like I said, and also he comes out of the cicada thing. So it's like he doesn't go back as a person.
Yeah.
Like we've already like the show has established that. I get that they don't maybe not want it to be that way, but there's such huge points in the series that like that's what happens. Oh.
Yeah.
It's
And the
not like
problem
he
is
lands
that
and just opens the thing and gets out and starts killing people. Like the pod
yeah.
is there for an incredibly long amount of time.
Yeah, no, his gestation is conveniently the same amount of time that it takes for the androids to be out and everybody to be
Right, exactly.
fully powered up.
Right, so he's not coming back as imperfect cell pushing a button and then land like he
Yeah.
doesn't go in the pod, go back in time, it goes back in time. He then is like, "Oh great, I'm here," and opens the pod and then starts like attacking people in the city. It's like that's like the show has already shown that that's not how it played out.
Yeah. I think too. Well, yeah, because I I also think like because that date was set already, I think that was Trunks in that timeline. That was Trunks going early to tell Goku about the androids,
Okay.
not him going to help them fight the androids.
Okay, yeah, which
So
would make
so
sense.
that's why it was. I mean, that was what a year and a
I think
half
it was a
earlier.
year,
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
So yeah, definitely was a year. Maybe maybe moss and stuff just grows really quick in the this environment. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I assume like in his egg in cicada form, he only gains energy like from the sun. So I don't
Yeah,
know. Doesn't matter. It's all
nope,
stupid.
nope.
It's all just a stupid cartoon.
I do appreciate
Um,
the storytellers of what was it called? The history of Trunks.
yeah.
I do appreciate the storytellers in that one making sure that Yajirobe didn't actually die because he wasn't dead in the movie. And
Oh yeah.
and Ghost from Tomorrow in the episode it shows him getting blasted up the butt, but uh not in the movie.
No, no, he's
He's
like
up
a cockroach. You can't kill Yajirobe.
he's like up in the tower or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Corn, you got any more beans? Yeah, he's great.
yeah.
I'll never forget like when you're first introduced to Corrin and you're like, and I was like, oh yeah, he's a good one. And you're like, what? Because like when you first meet him, he's like, he's killing Piccolo's minions and eating them, and he's very brave, and he's like a woodsman.
Yeah,
And
oh
I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Yajirobe.
just wait 2 episodes. Yeah.
Yep. I was like, why do we not like this guy? And then
Yeah.
It eventually came. It
Yeah.
eventually came.
Everybody goes that way, so don't worry about it. Everybody turns into a scaredy white crybaby, so
Yep,
it's
it's
great.
true.
Good to hear. So all right, so he continues on here. He says, Caleb is right that a bridge does a better story than Dragon Ball Z does. I said
Mm.
sometimes. Sometimes it does. And he says, I really enjoy the way the Abridged series treats Goku's relationship to Gohan. For such
Hmm.
a funny show, it sure has some heart sometimes. Yeah, it does.
Interesting.
And then he says, to Will not liking this part, this is the part of the story that is at its weakest. This is my
Okay.
least favorite cell. I much prefer Perfect Cell.
Okay.
He says best and regular Cicada Cell to this design. Yeah, so he prefers Perfect Cell than the other designs, which yeah, yeah. Even the voice acting for Perfect Cell is much better.
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, because like that's the joke. He becomes perfect and now he's got this like suave, handsome guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He says, do his confusion with the androids is understandable. The story so far has refused to settle on a villain, with multiple red herrings along the way. But you can't make an old man and a clown the antagonists, so it just keeps changing. A lot of subverted expectations. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think that's what I kind of like about this saga, though. I like that, like, hey, these androids are really, really bad, and
Yeah.
then they fight them, and you're like, okay, yeah, they are strong. And then Trunks is like, those aren't the androids. I kind of like that. I like
Oh,
the misdirect, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
then it's like, oh, Cell's actually the really bad guy of this section. Yeah, I
And
don't know. Fun.
And Trunks like didn't even really know about him. Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, because in his timeline, he hadn't even been like born yet, you know?
right, right.
So that's fun. It's also fun to think that like Dr. Dro, that was like his big you know, doomsday
Well,
create.
it's honestly kind of interesting because it's like where do you go from there after Frieza? Because like Frieza was like that he's the thing, and then it's like where do you go from there? How do you make a character more powerful than any
Yeah.
of the characters? It's like, well, it's because they're all of the characters.
You make
Like,
them
oh, okay.
every of the character.
Right, right, right. Which I get that it's like silly in the sense of like story mechanics, but in Dragon Ball it makes sense.
Yeah. It's just fun to think that Dr. Dro built a ton of androids and then he was like, well, I'm gonna put this thing in the basement and it's
Yeah.
gonna run the process for the next 40 years. That's how much I hate Goku. I hate him. I hate him. You're like, why? I don't know.
Because he wouldn't let
Yeah.
General Red or whatever his name was get all the Dragon Balls.
There's a reason, but I don't think they talk about it, and I'll tell you at some point. But he says on bad guys joining the team, Piccolo gets this really awesome stretch where he is turning Gohan into a warrior. I get
Hmm.
why he has changed. Tien just came around. Honestly, I don't really remember. I think he hated that assassin dude with his tongue kill attack. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Tien realized he joined the wrong house
Yes.
and he won the tournament
Yes.
and then was treated nice by people. That's really his arc,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But Piccolo, yeah, and I think the thing that Will always comes back to is that Piccolo being a bad guy is good. Piccolo basically kidnapping and training Gohan is good. And then when Piccolo goes to Namek and joins with Nail, it's like totally understand why he's a good guy now.
Right. Yes. Right.
Nail's like the guardian of,
Right.
the king of Namek. And then now Piccolo is
Like,
reascended with Kami. So it's like he's got two good guys in him.
right.
So
Right.
obviously he's a good guy, you know?
Right. Exactly.
And Vegeta can't do that. So you know,
No. Right.
So Piccolo being a good guy now, like totally, they writ it,
Yeah.
they wrote it to make sense. It's good. Speaking of Vegeta, he says Vegeta stays the same. You get a ton of time with him in the Frieza arc, where he is evil. He murders a village of Namekians for a Dragon Ball. Pretty
Right.
evil. Yeah. But he says he's just cool and the only character who gets to keep up with Goku in power, and fans like that. The constant rival basically is fun for fans.
Yes, and I understand that part. Yes.
And then he says, to be fair, though Will hasn't seen the only thing yet that could possibly make you root for Vegeta, so he is right to fear him for now. The Cell Saga is the point where he just turns into part of the team, even if it's still a reluctant, like in the Frieza. It's more than the Frieza Saga was very much like survival,
Right.
but
Yeah.
he's right. Like the Cell Saga, Vegeta kind of just becomes like a member. He's just
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he says, on Vegeta letting Cell get stronger so he can have a good fight makes sense to me, honestly. I think Goku might have done the same stuff. He
Probably.
sure does. He sure does love a good scrap. The only problem with this theory is that it involves the death of an innocent person, so that's not something Goku would
No.
be cool with.
Correct.
But is it a person or is it a robot?
Apparently, it doesn't matter because, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
And then he says, sure like the song at the end. Three Akutas, guys. Keep up the good work. The Boo
Oh,
Saga sucks. Peace
pretty
out.
good.
That's really funny that he hates the Boo Saga. So yeah. I think I mentioned last time, like this was the whole reason. Like I was like, I haven't seen the Boo Saga in forever. I'm gonna watch that. And then you and I were like, well, let's watch it from the beginning.
Let's do
And
it.
now here we are 3 years later. I still haven't seen the Boo Saga again. But he hates it, so that's good.
So my only like retort is, um, I have enough whatever you want to call it to
Yeah.
know that obviously the fandom for Dragon Ball Z isn't going to like Vegeta just because like he's neat. I
Right.
get that like there's other story mechanics and things down the line that is going to either happen to him or he's going to make decisions or blah blah blah. And it's like, all of the terribleness about Vegeta is now like understood, or he's different, or his mentality changes, and you're like, I like Vegeta. And so then, therefore, when you look at all of the past
Yeah.
episodes, you're like, well, yeah, he's a villain, he does bad things, but this episode, this story arc,
Yeah,
and
it's the
and of
future
course, I know that.
knowledge.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's the future knowledge that makes like watching him be this bad guy at the beginning like fun.
Right, right. And that's like the whole thing that like we've talked about a million times to death is like I don't have a problem with Q on Star Trek because I have future knowledge. So when
Yeah.
you were watching it and you were like, why is this stupid trial thing happening? Q is the worst thing imaginable. I hate everything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't have that perspective because it doesn't bother me. Like that whole thing doesn't have, it literally doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. I like Q now, and I'll still tell you that the trial episode is absolutely horrendous. It's
Well,
it's it's terrible. It's
I'm not
terrible.
saying it's good, but it just doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Really bad.
So
Yeah.
it's just it's not so much that I'm hard on Vegeta in the sense of like how can the fandom like him? It's just more like I'm just not there because he's like even in this stretch,
Yeah.
well, not so much part two, but part one, it's like I get that like, well, yeah, he wants to put his powers to the test and let Cell become the ultimate form so he could destroy that ultimate form and prove that he is the strongest
Yeah.
fighter in the entire galaxy or universe or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna let that slide. Like
right.
it's not a
And
good it's not a good person. It's not like a
no,
character to root for.
right. And also, it's just kind of like, I don't know. You just know, even without having literally zero clue where it's going. I have not even a hint of where it's going. Of course, he's going to lose to Cell. Like, of course he is. There's
Yeah,
no way he's not going to. They're not going to make him level up to perfect Cell, have Vegeta just level him, and then Goku and Gohan come out and they're like, okay. And he's like, oh, he's dead. I killed him. Like, that's not going to happen. There's just
yeah.
no way.
And then Vegeta goes around and collects the Dragon Balls to bring him back.
Right, right. It's just like, that's not, I don't know. I just, if
Yeah.
it did, honestly, then I would have been like, whoa, what show is this? This is
Yeah.
great.
Whoa, yeah.
But no.
Nope.
And it's fine. I don't, it just was like, and it's not like I don't, like I said, it wasn't like I disliked any of this. It wasn't, I didn't, wasn't like, oh, or like, oh yeah, Cell's beating up Vegeta. Yeah. I was just like, yeah, of course. It was very predictable writing
Yeah.
until for two things happened in it
Yeah.
that I legitimately was surprised about.
Yeah. Let me hear it.
And one was it was a mixed bag of it. Well, not mixed bag, but like a different two different angles of it was um Vegeta gets beaten up, he passes out or goes unconscious. Krillin decides to watch for too long and doesn't do anything about
Yeah.
Vegeta, and then he
Turns
realizes,
around
"Oh,
mid-flight. Yeah.
I should go do something about Vegeta." And he takes him. And in that stretch, he's talking to Trunks before Vegeta gets knocked out, and Trunks reveals that he's surpassed his father's ability,
Yeah.
that he's more stronger, and blah blah blah. And you're like, okay. We then cut back to Gohan and Goku in the chamber, and one we get
Hmm.
like in the first episode that Gohan goes Super Saiyan, which was like right in the opening, which was
Yeah.
cool, which was very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in the chamber.
And I was like, all right, cool. All right, that's very cool. And he like gets really tired. And there was a lot in the chamber part that was actually very fascinating and very interesting in the very first
Yeah.
episode.
Gohan gets a haircut, which
Yeah,
is
right,
good.
exactly. Right. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff that was actually pretty interesting. But anyways, they get the point where um he Gohan like yells at Goku like you can't just like keep pretending everything's fine. You have to fight me and hurt me and do
Yeah,
all these
he
things.
yeah, he knows he's holding back on being soft on him, and he's like, Piccolo wouldn't do that. Piccolo
Right.
never just, you know, you're obviously too loving because you're my dad. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he levels up or whatever. He gets to like another level of Super Saiyan, right?
Hmm.
And he gets like chunky, right? He gets
Yeah.
all like Goku gets all like big and chunky. And you're like, okay. And then they go to fight, or I think Gohan's just like, wow, Dad, that's amazing. And he's like, it is amazing, son, but it is not.
Yeah.
It is not like a good form to have.
It has a
And
flaw.
right. He says it has a flaw. And then they explain that like because he's so big, he just can't move. He can't move
Yeah.
at that speed. Like his muscles get in his way of him moving so quickly. He's like, so therefore, we must keep training to find a form after this form. And I was like, that's kind of fascinating.
It's cool.
Because
Yeah.
usually, like, that's because even for me as the viewer, you would think, well, yeah, they're in the chamber to get to the next form. Like that's just like a logical progression. Goku kind of gets it like immediately, and then it's like, yeah, but the second form isn't enough.
It's
Then we
because
watch,
it's
go
because
ahead.
Goku has more fighting experience than Trunks does.
Yes.
So he knows like
And
immediately like this is good. Yeah.
and
I'm really happy that
so
you're talking about this. Yeah.
so then Trunks he goes up to the second form and he gets chunky and big and then can't beat Cell. And it's like
Why
proof
can't
that
I get him?
right, right, exactly. like that was a rewarding story. Like that was like a rewarding piece of storytelling
Yeah.
throughout this
And and
this
Cell toys with him a little bit too. He lets him land a few punches, and then he's
right,
just like, it's like, yeah, it's really cool you got all that power, but like, your dad could do that too. He just was smart enough to know not to do it. And you're like, what? And then, yeah, it's so well like
yeah, right,
edited together where it's like this is starting to happen and Trunks isn't able to hit Cell.
right,
Then you see Goku like explain it.
right.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it was good.
And that's also one of my favorite like Trunks forms, like the big
The big
buff
chunky
Trunks in
ones.
his
Yeah,
hair. His hair kind of goes like out more.
yeah, yeah.
It's really good. So that is so obviously this is not Super Saiyan 2. This is like the half stage.
I see. Okay, okay,
So it goes by people call it Super Saiyan third grade or they call it Ultra Super Saiyan.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's basically just them like dumping energy into like their body, not like outwardly. So yeah, it's a really good like show of strength,
Yeah,
but and
yeah.
also it I think Goku even says like it burns a lot of energy to
Yes,
like transform.
yes.
Yeah. But it's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. But so Trunks powering up and all the lightning and stuff, like I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for that stuff. It's so like fun.
Yeah, there's a couple angles where he's standing there waiting and like is it I think it's him. I don't think it's Vegeta. I think it's him. Maybe it's Vegeta actually, now that I think about it. But like there's an angle where he's like standing there and like he's all of the energy's coming off of him and they have like rocks coming up and like
Yeah.
disintegrating and stuff like that. Like that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the rock's always coming up and it is yeah, I know. It's pretty good. The other cool thing is so Goku is like, "Hey, so we need to just stay in Super Saiyan form
Oh yeah,
until it's
yeah.
like normalized?"
Until this is like we're not like expelling extra energy. We're just in this is like
Yeah.
we just do this thing.
And that's such a cool like
That was a very
it's
cool
such a
thing too.
cool thing?
Yep.
Like basically like this needs to be our normal form and that's the only way that we're gonna like get stronger, like power up more from there? Like this has
Right.
to be normal. But I enjoy that. It's cool. And obviously like I think I said last time like Goku doesn't really even start training in the chamber until Gohan becomes Super Saiyan
Right.
because it's like now they can actually like train together. So
Right.
it's really cool to see like his, Vegeta and Trunks versus Gohan and Goku. Like Goku is putting all of his energy into his son,
Right.
and Vegeta's, just super into himself and selfish. Yeah. But I like how Trunks comes to that realization that like, yeah, that's why Dad like stopped trying to get stronger because he knew that like that was the cap, you know,
Right. Wrongly, though,
wrongly.
wrongly.
Yeah.
Because there obviously is another.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious because I know you probably didn't. I mean, I know you don't really super care because it's not like a massive spoiler. But I know that blue hair isn't like the next thing because
No.
that's what I suspected. And you were like,
No, no,
no.
no. No, no, no. No, Blue Form is like very recent, like in our timeline. That
Oh,
was
okay.
the last like new
I got
thing.
you.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Well, there's one.
So
I mean, yeah. So there's two. Well, yeah, yeah,
I'm also I will admit only because I see him a lot in a lot of stuff like now when I'm on because you'll send me Dragon Ball
yeah.
content on Instagram. So now occasionally when I'm scrolling it shows me Dragon Ball content and I'm always
Nice.
like, who is this Broly guy? That's what I
Oh yeah,
keep wondering. So yeah, but that's okay.
Broly's fun. Broly's fun. Yeah.
That's all right. I won't ask questions and I don't need to know answers.
Yep.
And the second thing and I know it's kind of lame for anybody who's like, oh man, these few episodes, what did you really like? I was very invested in what Cell was telling Trunks at the end about the games,
Oh
about the
yeah.
tournament.
Well, because that's where we're going. Yeah.
But it was even more so than the fact of like the joke of like, yeah, I mean, what my favorite part was when we left this saga and went on to the next saga. Like, no, that's I liked the fact that how they set it up because I knew it was
Well,
called to sell games, and I was like, how or what does that even mean?
yeah.
And there's a shot where they cut back to Trunks, and he's just in his normal like pinky purple hair, and he's just standing there, and he's just like, whatever, kill me.
Yeah.
And it's just
Do it.
like I was very, very interesting. It was very interesting to me that like he just had like given up, and then he starts to say like Cell basically comes to the realization
Yeah,
that
like how did you get so much stronger? Yeah.
right, right. I almost thought he was gonna like torture him, and then Cell was gonna go into the chamber,
Oh yeah.
and then they were gonna be like the Cell games are you're all of you are gonna go into the chamber and fight him, and he's gonna get
Wow.
stronger in 24 hours, but you're gonna be in there for a year with him.
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
that's what they
don't
were gonna do.
that's a cool thing. Yeah, that'd be a cool idea. But yeah, no, it's one of those things like that. What have we not had in the show in like forever is a
Yeah,
tournament.
that's the tournament, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is I think this is some of the writing that like really stands out like in this show. I know a lot of stuff sometimes it's like that, it doesn't
Yeah,
make
right,
sense or that
right,
got
right,
changed or whatever, but like when you make a character and you say like this character has this DNA, this DNA, and this DNA, but then you don't make him act like that.
right. That's exactly what I was thinking. I
So
was like, well, if he has Vegeta in him, he wants to fight the ultimate form of anything.
yep.
And if he has Goku in it, it's like, well, he wants everybody to have a chance to try to be the best that they can be.
Yes. Yeah, he wants to do what Vegeta wanted to do. He wants to prove that he's the strongest and beat everybody. Right? So like
Right.
I love that. I love that he's all those characters,
But he
We've seen
has
him like regrow his arm because he's got Piccolo in him,
Piccolo,
and
right,
he has everybody's attacks.
right.
He's got
Yeah,
like Goku's like desire for like combat and he's got Vegeta's pride.
yeah, right,
And it's
yes.
great. It's really good.
Yeah. The only thing I am surprised with, based off of what you're saying, you would think that he also would want the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, I don't think he needs them for anything. I don't think he
Well,
wants immortality. I think he already has it, right? He's an android. He's
I feel like he could pull a total like Aladdin Jafar maneuver and be like,
yeah.
Dragon, make me the most powerful android.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's the thing that's different between like him and Frieza is that Frieza wanted immortality and Cell it has it.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's cool. I like that stuff. Trying to think what else what other cool stuff happens.
I mean, kind of it's just the fights in the beginning. It's basically
Yeah.
like he goes to fight um he goes to fight Cell, Vegeta goes to fight Cell, he can't, and then he goes to fight him again in the next episode, and that basically destroys like he gets like knocked out, and then Trunks goes and fights him, protecting his dad.
Yeah.
And then it ends with the next episode that Vegeta isn't conscious and Trunk goes and uh,
Mm,
fights Cell like away from the body so Krillin can go take him with the Sensu beam.
that's right. I like that. I like that part where uh Trunks is like letting Cell beat him up and knock him around just so like Trunk so Krillin can get Vegeta out of there.
Right,
And then it's like nice. And then Cell's like, yeah, he probably won't get too far.
right,
Obviously, I know what you're doing. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if he's leaving.
right,
Like, who
right.
cares? I don't. Why do you care about him? Like,
Yeah. And then basically Ghosts from Tomorrow is like a mostly a flashback episode, and it was like because of the movie I already knew what happened.
yeah, I
And
know.
and then they showed the origin thing of Cell, and that really messed me up. And I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna commit that to memory. Like, it's
Yeah,
fine. And
yeah,
then honestly, the Cell games was like probably the most compelling episode because Trunk realizes he can't win at that form, and then Cell's like, well, I'd rather make a spectacle of things and make a formal tournament, and I'll bring things back, and you have 10
yeah.
days.
You have 10 days.
So that's 9 to 10 years.
Oh, geez. Yeah, for us, yeah. No, it's
Well, I meant if they
what do
go in
they
the
always?
chamber. They go in the
Oh,
chamber.
yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, what do they always do when they're like, "Hey, so these androids are coming in like 3 years. It's gonna be really bad." And it's like, okay, credits, and then it's like 3 years have passed, and everyone's been doing cool things.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm really excited to get into the Cell games. The Cell games are great. I think you're gonna enjoy them. There's some fun new characters we'll get to meet.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you may like him.
I assume this is Dragon Ball Z's response to Secret Wars, which is a really funny thing to think about.
Yeah,
Like,
because
we're
Secret Wars
watching
comic
Cell
was.
games as we get closer to Doomsday and Secret Wars in the Marvel Universe. It's kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I don't think so, but yeah, it's
No,
fun.
yeah, yeah. What was the joke I said too? I said, "Oh, I think in one of my our outros, I made the joke of Cell Games was a lot like this episode. I think it was the Allegiance episode where they take
Oh,
and copy Picard, and I was like, it's a room full of people, and they're gonna have like, yeah, and you were like, no, not really, no, that's not really what's. So I'm curious. I'm curious to see really what the Cell Games are about. Because in my
yeah,
mind, it feels like it's just going to be the tournament against him, like each fighter against him.
yep.
But
But will he stick to the rules or will he not stick to the rules?
he'll only stick to the rules if a person
Yeah,
what do you call it? Like if a person plays to his weaknesses as whatever character,
yeah,
like his pride for Vegeta or his sense of
yeah.
what do you call it? Like Goku has this sense of a fair fight kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll have to see who shows up to the tournament. You know,
Let's see. Jackie Chun.
Jackie. I, Jackie Chan's gonna be there.
Yeah. And then the second version of the Tao guy, he's going to show up more as a robot. He's even though he exploded, he'll still be.
Mm. I'm not gonna say anything. That's good. That's a funny. That's a fun theory.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Um. All right. Yeah. So cell games are gonna be swell. It's
Yep.
gonna be really good. You're gonna meet your new favorite character of all time.
Yajirabi 2. Got it.
Yajirobe. It's his
Jaju
brother.
Jaji. Yep.
No, you may have seen him. It's a funny Japanese to English translation.
Okay.
His name is Mr. Satan.
I've heard of Mr. Satan. I was really hoping you were going to say Kankichi, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah, he shows up to fight. I'm here to help you fight, brother.
Mr. Satan. All right.
Yep. Yep. But that's not I think I think they use it, but yeah, no, he also goes by
He's Mr. Santa
Hercule.
and
Yeah. Santa. Yeah. It's cool. But yeah, since this is the second part, the last part of the perfect Cell saga,
and
you have to
Piccolo's
gather the
still
Dragon Ball.
alive.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, Will, for the one-star Dragon Ball, who's your most forgettable character?
That would be Android 16.
Nice.
Um, he doesn't get
Ah,
eaten.
where does he get this power?
Yeah. I like him. I don't think he's a bad character. I
No,
enjoy
he just
his nothing happens with him.
he
And then even
fights. Yeah.
even after he cell absorbs 17 and 18, he's just like terrible. I'm just like, okay.
Don't. I like. There's that one scene where Cell, he starts to like step forward, and Cell's like, "Don't even think about it." 16. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. And there's
You
a
have
funny
to run.
you
Uh,
have to run. This is
Not without you. Yeah, it's
just
good.
a really funny thought that it's literally like Trunks and Cell are fighting and doing all this stuff, and Krillin's taking Vegeta, and it's like, oh, they're like, ah. And then 16's just over here just watching it happen. He's just,
Wow.
yeah, that's just like, no, no. So,
That's
yeah,
the other fun thing about Trunks and Cell fighting each other is it's funny. Like, here's these two characters that are both like from the future
right,
fighting at an alternate timeline for
right,
like for their future. It's cool. It's cool. And all the
yeah.
main characters that we've come to know are just like, I don't know what they're doing.
That was kind of my point. Was just
Yeah.
like you have all these weird people fighting, and it's like it has nothing to do with Goku. I mean, it does,
Yeah.
but like not really.
So like that title Ghosts of Tomorrow is supposed to be like, oh yeah, see they're from a different timeline. But
They're
it could have
not.
been like it could have been called like Battle for the Future.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good stuff.
it is
That's
pretty
probably
good.
like the best title we've had that's like not a spoilery, doesn't give it away.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because the second
Yeah.
episode is like it's like, hey, Cell's perfect, and you're like, cool. And then the next episode is like Vegeta gets beat up really badly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. I wonder what
Oh.
happened.
Oh, I wonder what happens in this thing. Yeah, like
Vegeta learns a painful lesson.
yeah, I always like it. It was like one was Trunks ascends, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happens in this episode.
Yeah.
And then the other one was like, oh yeah, the last one, the Cell games, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen in this episode.
Gohan's haircut.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
good.
good stuff. All right, for the second Dragon Ball is your favorite character in this section.
It has to be probably as much as I like the stuff in the chamber. It probably has to be Trunks. There's two things that Trunks does in this entire saga that I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Almost like no other character I can think of right off the top of my head does the two things that always should happen in all types of media. And that
Yeah.
is number one, he attacks his dad for trying
Mm.
to allow 18 to get absorbed.
I won't let this happen.
Right.
Yeah, it's great.
How many times have you seen in literally everything? They're always just like, I can't believe that's happening. And they
That's
don't
because
do anything about it.
that's because Trunks is a Saiyan, but he doesn't have that same like pride and arrogance because he's lived in a horrific life.
Yeah. But I just
I don't like
appreciate
it.
there's so many storylines where like that doesn't happen. People just even here that people just stand around and stare at it happening. Krillin,
Yeah.
16, 18, they all just stand there like I can't believe this is happening. It's like,
And
okay.
there's that one scene that I think is I think it is handled well where um Krillin's like, you need to step in and help your dad if you're strong, if you're hiding this.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but I can't. I have to wait for him to get knocked out first.
Right. Right.
Like I
Right.
won't step in and help him. I won't like I won't like embarrass him.
Right.
And he's like, because Trunks is actually trying to like win his dad over, you
Dad
know?
over at the same time. Yeah.
And it's cool. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, it's good. And the second thing is when Cell is becoming perfect, he's like, you know what? I'm going to attack him while he's
While he's
transforming.
transformed, yeah.
And that was like, thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
good
like,
stuff, man.
finally, they're not all just like standing there
Mm.
like, I can't believe he's changing, and they're all
Oh
just
my
watching
God,
him change.
what could this be?
It's like
I
attack him.
really I really like after he's perfect and Krillin runs over and starts like punching him in the face and he's just like,
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah.
And Krillin's just like, yeah, no, 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 yeah.
Yes, that was good. That was
Really
really
good.
good.
Good stuff. All right, so the 3 star is your MVP.
So I was initially going to pick Goku for I think it's in the first part. He appears and saves Piccolo and Tien.
That's right. Yep.
He's like, I'll come back and fight you another time. But I do think ultimately, I think it's Tien I'm going to give it to. I know it's weird to say that, but I
Yeah,
think
no.
it's because he goes into the fight knowing he can't win it. And he's trying to buy time for other people to get there and help. And he basically risks his life with like nothing. Like he does it solely so other people can get there. Basically, Trunks and Vegeta can get there.
Yeah, and so like 18 can get away too.
Right.
Why are you still standing around? Yeah, you just like it because I reminded you that like every time he uses that
Yes.
attack, it like decreases his lifespan.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah. The other really good attack we didn't talk about is Vegeta uses Final Flash. It's a good
Oh
one.
yes.
And it like glances like how cool is that, right? Where it glances like off the planet. Like so even in this, which is interesting, right? A point towards Vegeta, even in this all out, like I'm gonna destroy this guy, I'm not holding back, he still makes his attack not destroy the planet. It glances like off the earth, you
Oh
know?
yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
True. It's very
So
true.
there you go. Good guy. Good guy. All right. So so for your
That's
four
it.
star is the best fight.
That is probably when Vegeta returns. Vegeta shows up and he's fighting Cell before he's
Mm,
perfect.
yeah.
It was nice to see Cell be like, "No," and like get thrashed around and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty good. I enjoyed all that.
How was this happening?
Right, right. It's all of him big freaking out. Yeah, that
Ah,
was great.
all right, Vegeta, no more messing around. He
Right.
goes through like all the hills and stuff. Yeah, it's fun. And
Yeah.
then you get to see the reverse of that, which is fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Vegeta,
But
that's just a typical classic Dragon Ball Z thing where the character's like laughing or smiling, and they have the upper hand, and then the other guy's like, "Oh yeah, I was totally just faking it," and
yeah.
like, "Yeah, huh?" Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, to me, I'm a real simple guy. I like when the bad guy gets beat up. That's pretty much yeah.
Yeah, me too. All right, so for the 5 star is your most hated character.
So obviously everybody thinks I'm gonna say Vegeta, right? Of course,
It's an easy answer,
it's
but
an easy answer. He's the reason why all this horrible stuff that's gonna go come forward is his fault. Obviously, it's his fault.
also remember he could leave Earth at any time.
Right. But and
Jojo.
I will sit atop this mountain and I will push all others off of the mountain who tried to just to push me from the mountain.
Yeah,
It's
as they
Krillin.
that is a good answer. Yeah,
I
that's
cannot stand that he had the device in his hands and then he was like but that 18 is beautiful. I was like, no, this is terrible.
Yep.
Terrible. It's terrible.
He turned into a real
Simp.
uh yeah, what do you call it? What is a simp. Yeah, a
Yeah,
real
he did. And the thing that is
Why do I keep thinking about that cash?
and the thing
Yeah.
too is like even though we didn't watch the episodes, I saw her in one of the episodes, and it's
Oh,
like,
Marin.
aren't you supposed to be in love with Marin? You fool!
I think no, 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 no.
No, no, okay,
I think he was, but I think yeah, it's yeah,
terrible.
it's good. No,
It's
he's yeah,
terrible.
no, they really, and that's why I think like another reason that's why we skipped that is because like they act like now in this thing with 18 that like he's a virgin and he's never been with a woman.
I see.
And it's like, yeah, but you okay.
Yeah,
Never mind. It's one of those things it yeah, I know it's real bad. It's real
and
bad.
don't
Uh, Like
and
arguing like, well, Vegeta let him power up all the way. And it's like, yes,
right,
that's
right.
great.
But
But he
that's
did
like
that because like he's a Saiyan and he craves battle. Krillin did it because like a robot kissed him.
right.
So that's worse. That's worse.
Also, it's expected. Like Vegeta making bad decisions and doing things for
Yeah,
prideful
he's a
reasons is
he's a
like
bad guy.
it's not supposed to be. And I don't come in the comments and say that he was doing a morally good thing and choosing mercy to let 18 live. 18 immediately dies. Immediately.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I sit high atop my Krillin is the hated character of the Perfect Cell saga.
Oh, he's definitely the bad guy in this section. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean him and Trunks go and risk their life to go into Dr. Gero's basement to get the
Right.
blueprints. They give him to Bulma. Bulma re-engineers Dr. Gero's technology, gives it to him, flies it out there halfway. He
Right.
goes and he's like, can't,
Oh.
can't do it.
Can't do it. She
Can't.
kissed me one time. And she wasn't even doing it like, ooh, you're cute. She just is a weird android and just does it.
Goodbye. It's good. It's really good. That's a good answer. I like it. So number six is the funniest line or the funniest scene.
It generally has to be just, I don't have anything specific. It generally just has to be anytime Cell was losing and he was like, I can't understand why this is happening. And
If I
all of
was
that stuff.
for this wouldn't happen.
Yeah. All of that made me laugh.
Yep. Yep. Like I said, he's
He
just like
throws,
Vegeta.
he throws a tantrum and yeah, it was very
I
funny.
want to be. I want to be Super Saiyan. It's like when Vegeta was crying on the mountain because he couldn't be a Super
Yes.
Saiyan like Goku. Yeah, that's exactly same person.
Yep.
All right, so for your 7 star is your favorite episode. And it can't be the Cell games.
Oh.
Kidding. No, I was kidding.
So originally, I don't remember which one do you remember which one he shows up in? Goku shows up he does instant transportation and he sells
Instant,
them.
instant transmission.
Yeah. Do you remember what name that one was?
Ooh, why did this?
Yes, it's in Sacrifice. So
Yeah,
the very first episode of part 1
yeah,
was going to be my favorite episode solely because he uses instant transmission, saves those guys, and is like, "I'll be back."
yeah,
And Tien is using the tri thing.
yeah.
So that's what it would be. But my favorite
Uh-huh.
episode is the Cell Games.
You son of a. Yeah, no, it's good. I think the Cell Games is a great episode because of the things that we talked about. The thing that stood out mostly to you is that contrast between Goku and Gohan talking about that power up That's not good.
Yes.
And Trunks
Right.
realizing at the same time that like it's
Right.
not it's not good.
Right. Yeah.
And then it leads into like, hey, so if you can get stronger, go get stronger. I'll give you 10 days. And we're gonna
Right.
do a world martial art tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny that he says like, yeah, so this planet used to do these things called the World Martial Art Tournament. It's like, no, they still do. It's just that like none of our characters do it anymore because they're all like
Well,
not
that's
humans.
oh, that's an interesting thing that you say that because I thought because of Piccolo, one of them end up destroying the whole tournament.
They destroy it every time. Yeah, they have to rebuild it every time.
So I kind of got the impression that they stopped it because like it was all destroyed.
No, no,
Interesting.
no, because no, because you'll see people
Uh,
who have like won the tournament.
oh, interesting. Okay.
So like yeah, that's been a thing. That's been a thing that's kept going.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's funny.
I look forward to it.
While they've been on Namek and stuff, there's been like new champs and martial art guys and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they actually can compete because now there's no like aliens fighting. It's just they just got to fight like dinosaurs and stuff.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, so now that you got all seven, what is your wish for the cell games?
So I oh the thing I think would be kind of neat is if they defeat Cell or basically if Bulma or somebody can come up with a thing where one of two things happen. Either you can poke him in the belly and all the people he's absorbed come back out,
Yeah.
or they put him into like a molecular chamber and all the people that make him up come out. And so therefore you get duplicates of like Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo and all that stuff.
Wow.
And now you have
Yeah.
to deal with like multiple versions of people.
Yeah.
Basically, I'd like to see, I guess, roundabout. What I'm trying to say is, I'd like to see Cell defeated, and his defeat lead to something more interesting than where we're at.
Gotcha. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
It's a safe answer.
a very safe answer. Yeah, I don't want to say, I wish that Goku wins the tournament. I don't want to say that. I don't want to.
No, the episode is actually called Goku Wins the Tournament.
Oh, nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, no, no. I,
No, Trunks wins it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that.
Well, listen, we all know it's Self from the future comes back and he wins the tournament.
I'm from a timeline where Trunks brought Goku back and we all became friends.
I'm from the timeline where we had the Cell games that go out long into the future, and I'm the champion of the Cell games and have come back to beat fresh new. Yeah.
I've defeated everyone in my cell games. I'm here to defeat these cell games. It's really good. Yeah. And that's the fun thing about Dragon Ball is that you can just, if you're ever in a spot where you're like, hey, what should we do? Like, I don't know. Have somebody from a different timeline come.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. What's it like off of Earth? Well, it's like vast. Like, okay, let's do something with that. Let's
Nah,
do something with that. Timeline and space. Oh yeah. It's good.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited for the Cell games. There's some really, really good stuff that happens in it. And
Mm. Okay.
yeah, I'm I'm looking forward to the Cell games. There's a lot of them. So, so the Cell games on my list here are we are scheduled for a
Yeah.
four parts.
4 parts.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a
So
real beefy Dragon Ball.
there's a lot of episodes in the Cell saga.
I'm gonna go back and pick 7 answers from like 17, like 20 episodes. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot for you. Yeah. So I know I'm excited for this, but it's still so this is 3 months away, but Cell Game Saga Part 3. If you're a
Mm.
fan, you know it, you love it. Will and I are going to be watching those two episodes live.
Wow.
We're going to be watching 185 and 186 in person.
So here's my question to you. Are we doing what we do on Trek and watch it like live reaction and then you just upload our like live in-person reaction, or are you gonna like straight up live stream it and we watch it like
I
live?
don't know.
Okay.
You can vote down below. Yeah, I if I could get those episodes on VHS, we could watch it on retro VHS,
Get them on
buddy.
DVD, put them in your PlayStation.
Oh,
Because remember, they didn't come out until the 2000s, and DVDs were a thing. I mean, I know
well,
they were in the 80s in Japan, but
I think
you
they
were.
are the DVD set, yeah. Even that was like they had 12 discs and a
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
it's really good. Yeah. So we might just watch them like this on Zoom.
Okay.
See our really cool reaction.
Uh-huh.
It'll be like when we saw Yar was back on that
It'll be
episode.
it'll be
Same
worse.
reaction.
It'll be worse.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, neat.
Here's, here's my yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Here, you're gonna do this. Like, here's my reaction of Yar coming back,
Oh wow, Yar's back.
and here's my reaction of Goku dying in the Cell games. It's the same. I don't
You're
even
gonna
know what
regret
happened.
you're gonna regret that so badly. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us this month for Dragon Ball Z Perfect Cell Saga. We'll see you for the Cell games. So bring your what's a tournament thing? I don't know. Something fun. Your sweatbands. Get your sweatbands and your weighted clothes. Yeah, I did it. I pulled it out.
There we
And
go.
remember, Cell is a bad guy.
Yes. What we'll do is we'll have a nerd hole games for these 4 parts,
Oh.
and Caleb's gonna design a tournament.
Oh, I should make a bracket.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great. And then you're gonna
yeah,
like you'll put in everybody's.
yeah.
I want you to make a full bracket before the games start of who's gonna win. I'll have to go through and see like who's actually like in it, and you're gonna be like, who the frick is this guy?
Yeah, you totally should. You totally
Yeah.
should.
You got
Yep.
I got Mr. Satan winning it for 300. 300 Zenny.
300 Zenny. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be great. So we'll see you then. We'll see you next month. We'll see you in March for Cell Game March Madness.